Good morning, crypto world. Welcome back to my crypto journey. Of course, my name is Rodney. Do me a favor and smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you like being here, and consider becoming a member. But boy, oh boy, uh, Black Swan events, right? Unpredictable. I mean, a lot of crazy things going on right now, but no crazier thing happening than what's going on in Israel right now. And the crazy thing is that Jake Gagan, of course, a friend of the channel, other cryptocurrency content creator, just left 24 hours on a whim. It was insane. He had no clue this was happening. Obviously, nobody did. I think this is the greatest conflict they've had since like 1973. Obviously, there's been tensions in the area for a long time, but this is something that could definitely affect the cryptocurrency world. And, although it does sound selfish for me to say that, I do want to focus on the kind of tragedies that are going on over there. And this is something that could affect everything, right? We're going to go over these stories in depth. Of course, we have a few cryptocurrency stories, obviously, but we're going to focus a lot on this because there's a crazy thing that happened with a cryptocurrency product called Star. Was it Star Atlas or Star Arena that rugged or got exploited? There's some good news about cryptocurrency investors having a better quality of life, and it looks like they're maybe going after the ex-CEO of Voyager, which it seems like all the people who wrecked a lot of the crypto community, the Do Kwons, the Justin Sons, the Sam Bankman-Frieds, they're all getting clapped here, and I suspect more and more people involved with like major cryptocurrency catastrophes will be arrested and thrown in jail. But good morning, guys. Good morning. I know it's a little early stream on a Saturday, but wanted to spend some time with you guys today. What's up, Obaid? How you doing? Static Wolf, good morning. Maddie B, good morning. Good morning. Gianluca, good morning. It's Summers, good morning. Good to see you guys in the chat. And again, smash the like button. It's free to do. Best way to support the channel really is to hit that like button. Hopefully YouTube doesn't clap me for streaming about this, but I'm not going to show anything graphic, obviously, because that's not allowed on YouTube, but it's all over X. Like you can actually see the really what's going on. I'm gonna show you some stuff, but not like X is going to show you. And this is why I think we need a social media platform like X, is because sometimes you need to see like the realism of what's going on, because the mainstream media isn't going to cover this correctly, and other social media websites aren't going to really give you the full details. What's up, Jason? How you doing? Good morning. Good morning. Welcome, guys. So, obviously, major catastrophe. But let's get into the cryptocurrency market right now. The overall cryptocurrency market is actually in the green. It looks like we're up about 1% on the day, sitting at a $1.09 trillion market cap. And if we go to our biggest gainers and losers, where is that at? Biggest gainers and losers, cryptocurrency. Where did I find that at? Did they change it? Did they change it? What's up, Maddie B? How you doing? Yeah, exactly, Maddie B. We'll talk about that too. It seems like a major kind of mishap by our government too. And the last thing we really need is two separate wars, because obviously Iran would be backing Palestine, and it's more major wars we don't need. But I can't imagine the U.S. is not going to get involved in some way, shape, or form, because they've already. Well, a lot of people are. The United States is support of Israel, obviously. Now, I don't, the history of the conflict. I know there's been atrocities committed by both sides over the last, I don't know, however many years. So, I know it's a lot. I know it's a lot, but yeah, this could trigger World War III. Yeah, that's true. This could be another trigger, right? Because obviously we are mortal enemies of Iran, and I know that the United States lately has been kind of soft on Iran recently. We're the top gainers for cryptos. Is it trending? Is it more? Let me see. Oh, here it is. Gainers and losers. So our big gainers are Render, Stacks, and DYDX. Haven't heard of these ones for top three. What are our biggest losers? Has to be Star. Okay, Avalanche and Maker and Av. So obviously Avalanche is down because of the Star Arena rug pool. And it was like, see, this is the issue with Avalanche. I love Avalanche, and I'm bullish on it during the next run, but we can't have, dApps like this on a network like Avalanche have these crazy exploits, because it makes the whole network look bad. Like, obviously we had the huge fraud with Time Wonderland, which is like the biggest dApp during the last bull run on Avalanche. And it turned out it was being ran by a known scammer in the space. Obviously, he wasn't doxxed, because that's part of cryptocurrency sometimes. But once we got his identity, I mean, a lot of people sold off. And I actually have some Time Wonderland, a few $1,000s, I think. Not sure if it's worth that anymore, but a lot of money for me wasted on DAOs. All All right, let's get into the actual news of what's going on. Okay, so this morning, Hamas has reportedly launched 5,000 missiles into Israel. Also, there are reports of Hamas soldiers entering Israel neighborhoods in the south. I suspect Gaza is about to become rubble in the next few days. Now, what's interesting about this is that a lot of people are saying things, but look, here's the thing: you're invading another country, and I know they've had conflict there before. They're kidnapping civilians and women, and they're raping women. They're like, there's lots of videos on X of them parading these women around. It's crazy. That's crazy. You can't justify that. It's evil. It's pure evil. In the name of whatever the fuck it is, it's pure evil. Absolute evil. What's up, RZ? How you doing? This was footage from inside a home in Side Rot. I guess this is because there was like a lot of you could say insurgents invading a lot of these homes, going door to door, destroying things. Ron DeSantis made a statement about it. He says this:
"Now under attack, I stand with Israel. America stands with Israel. Not only do they have a right to defend themselves, they have a duty to defend themselves against these Iranian-backed Hamas terrorists. Iran has helped fund this war against Israel, and Joe Biden's policies that have gone easy on Iran has helped to fill their coffers. Israel is now paying the price for those policies. We're going to stand with the state of Israel. They need to root out Hamas, and we need to stand up to Iran."
So the criticism is that Joe Biden has gone easy on Iran, and I don't know what's going on with what, but obviously the Middle East is a big it's a spot for oil, right? Natural resources. And I don't know what the policies were before, but people are saying that, Joe Biden has been going soft. So Donald Trump Jr. Posted about this. He's saying that nothing from the White House, nothing from the VP on their pages, probably sleeping in with all of it, and probably made capable by the money they released to Iran. Truly disgusting. So they did fund Iran too, right? Yeah. And then Dylan says America funded Iran, then we attacked them. There were no weapons of mass destruction found. Yeah, I know. What's up? It's Summers. Thank you so much for 6 months. Says NT to get not to get religious. The Bible does talk about this. Yeah, of course. This is all done in the name of religion, right? So check this out. Breaking official statement from the Saudi Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia holds Israel responsible for what happened due to its repeated provocations and deprivation of rights in Palestine. So that's the counter argument, saying that, people of Palestine, their rights are, they're being deprived of rights and stuff like that, right? So that's always the other side of the story, These are some scenes outside of Israel right now. I mean, out of Israel. Isn't this crazy? What's up, Gianluca? Yeah, I mean, this is always the argument, right? Because people are saying, oh, well, they had massive atrocities in the past. But I mean, invading these cities and killing innocent people and parading women who've been, sexually abused, around the cities. It's crazy. And Jake got out. What's up, Sackle Hunt? How you doing? Jake got out literally 24 hours before this happened. Jake was there. Jake was there. There's like videos of them shooting people at a festival. It's wild. Like people are running away and they're just gunning down people. You can't justify that. It's hard to justify that, right? So this was the argument. He says that, can you believe that crooked Joe Biden is giving $6 billion to the terrorist regime in Iran? That money be used for terrorism all over the Middle East. And indeed, the world, this incompetent fool is absolutely destroying America. He had the audacity to announce this terrible deal today. September 11th, to pay for hostages will lead to kidnapping, ransom, and blackmail against Americans across the globe. I freed many dozens of our people from various unfriendly countries and never paid a dime. Geert Wilder says, when Israel is under attack, we are all under attack. Islamic terrorists hate Jews, Christians, and all non-Muslims. That's true. Jerusalem, Paris, Rome, Amsterdam are all targets. It's a war between freedom and barbarity. So let us all vigorously support our Israeli friends. What's up, M187? And these are some more scenes. Just insane. What's up, Black Voices? How you doing? But no, Jake I don't know what happened. Jake called me yesterday and Jake just left. Jake said that one day he woke up and him and his friend decided to leave. So Jake got out of there like 24 hours before, which is nuts. Nuts. You know? Nuts. This is like the bulldozer of them. Like, so let's check this out. It says Al Jazeera's Walid Al-Amari says Israel forces have surrounded a house in the Ofakim settlement, and negotiations are underway with Palestine fighters allegedly holding hostages. So Israeli sources estimate that at least 1,000 Palestinians managed to infiltrate into Israeli through different areas. It is the first time since 1948 that these developments are on the Israel side because they are usually held in Arab areas. Analysts point out this will likely include mostly civilians. However, we do not have enough data yet to come to any definite conclusions. Wild. And you hear like the Allah Akbar, stuff as you saw like in the war in Iraq and Afghanistan. And then check this out. So an Israeli commander, Nimrod Aloni, has been captured by Hamas in the ongoing war. So check this out. This guy was just captured. I mean, he's probably dead. This is him being dragged from his house, I suppose. Nuts. Yeah, Jake I can't even show that down there. There's some really graphic stuff. So it looks like Trump released a statement and not even Joe Biden has released one. These Hamas attacks are a disgrace, and Israel has every right to defend itself with its overwhelming force. Sadly, American taxpayer dollars help fund these attacks, which many reports are saying came from Biden administration. We brought so much peace to the Middle East through the Abraham Accords, only to see Biden whittle it away at a far more rapid pace than anyone thought possible. Here we go again. And of course, this is stop spamming Free Palestine M187. We got the point across. Stop. I'm not going to celebrate anyone just getting murdered like that, or you know what I mean? Like you could say that, but it's crazy. It's barbaric, right? It's barbaric. And here's the thing. I mean, Biden's been criticized from pulling out of Afghanistan like abruptly, and all the work you could say people did. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing with the war in Afghanistan, where we invaded the Middle East, right? We invaded the Middle East. I mean, it's okay to say it once. What happened to free speech? You can have free speech, but don't spam in the chat. You can. I don't care what people say. Just don't spam, right? Just don't spam. You can say it once or twice. Stop spamming it. We get it. You know what I mean? Because the argument is, and I've always thought this, we invaded the Middle East because of 9/11, but we invaded Iraq. We kind of destabilized the country, although Saddam Hussein was an evil guy, you could say. But the truth is, people didn't like the Americans there. They just did it, right? So there's an argument that we should have never been there in the first place. A lot of American soldiers, lost their lives over there for what, you could say, to leave 20 years later and destabilize the whole situation. I don't know. These foreign policies are just they're so weird to me. And it's obvious what it's about. It's obvious that the reason why we do these things in the United States is to really just establish dominance around the globe. Now, a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people think these are pointless wars, right? That American taxpayers are paying for, and people are, feeding the war machine with our taxpayer dollars. Like the only reason why we're having these wars is to get natural resources and to fund the war and to keep the war machine going. Now, a kind of grim, I would say grim reality, but you could say grim reality of the situation was when Russia invaded Afghanistan. It was in the 80s or 90s, and we helped fund, other terrorist organizations to fight Russia out of there, only to have those weapons used against us. You know what I mean? So it's wild. It's wild. We just have our hands everywhere. And I don't think United States, we can have two wars, because keep in mind, we don't have troops on the ground in Ukraine, but we're supporting it financially. I mean, now this with Iran, it's like, this is not good. This is not good. It's going to be interesting to see what comes to this. But if Iran is straight up backing Palestine, well then, nuts. This is all right before an election. It's mind-boggling. Thank you so much, Steve. Yeah, smash the like button. Get out of their lands, you Zionists, free Palestine. What do bullies expect? No retaliation. Just a few months ago, they bombarded. It's terrible on both sides, but Palestine has been asking for peace, and Israel didn't want it. It's an interesting conflict, right? It's an interesting conflict. This puts, because look at, I can't tell you what's wrong. No one knows what's wrong or right. Really, they both have their own arguments, right? Two sides of the story. But what's happening right now is just brutal, right? It's just brutal. It's brutal. We worked with Hussein and bin Laden, then blank. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What happened to free speech usually comes from someone being annoying. True. It's like you could spam a lot here and just act like, meh, it's free speech. It's like, don't spam. Give your point. Move on. I vote too, Steve from Canada for president too. Dude, man, Canada, man, has some censorship issues right now. Woo! It puts things in perspective, guys. You think we have it bad here? People are so like, oh my God, United States is so bad. We have our issues, man, but we don't have to worry about this kind of stuff. Yeah, stocks and crypto will go down for sure. I think so. It'd be amazing if it didn't. It'd be amazing if they didn't. So this person says Hamas is armed with Iranian-made copies of M16s. This attack could have not happened without them. Hamas is paid for by Iran. We just gave Iran billions of dollars. Anyone shocked this or another attack was not going to happen? I mean, this could be opportunistic because if you think about like the timing, like Iran could be, hey man, the United States is stretched thin over there in Ukraine, which we're really not. But and then what else have I said? I said other stuff, but it's going to be, I don't want to show anything here that's going to get my channel taken down because obviously YouTube is not X, right? Yeah, did you hear? Yeah. Well, so those regulations in Canada have been a thing for a while. That censorship has been on the way. I remember watching a few YouTubers who actually talked about it. Let me see. Censorship. Yeah, it's been a thing for a while now. Like Bill C-16, I think it'd be Bill C-18. Yeah, you got to feel bad for Canada. Steve says, I've noticed the amount of info I can find has drastically decreased. Warnings from most sites or no info at all. The whole area was to promote Canadian content, and now you can't even find Canadian news. I know, bro. That's crazy. Censorship at its finest. They're calling him Trudeau Castro or some shit like that. Now, we got to touch on this story real quick because it is important. So, investigators at the U.S. Commodities Futures Trading Commission, so CFTC, Enforcement Division, have concluded that the co-founder of Voyager Digital broke derivatives regulations before the failed crypto lender plunged into bankruptcy last year. Bloomberg News reported on Friday. The regulator intends that the accused Stefan Elric of breaking its rules by misleading customers about the safety of their assets following a probe into Voyager's conduct. So here's the thing. Voyager, Voyager, I remember their site was like this big thing. It's like, oh, we're not really a crypto trading platform, but we kind of are, which gave you a false sense of security. But the truth is, cryptocurrency exchanges, they have no insurances. So always remember that there's literally no insurances for cryptocurrency exchanges. So as much as you think they're insured, they're not. So they're not. Your money's not safe on there. Not your keys, not your crypto. 100 Palestinians get killed. When? No big deal. 5 Israelis get killed. Oh no, the end is near. Poor Israeli. Boo-hoo. Yeah, it's a shame if anything. It's less about politics and more about religion. Obviously, it's barbaric though. It's barbaric. That's my opinion. It's barbaric. So Stars Arena was becoming a big social media platform, or like what it's called, SoFi or something like that. The future of social finance on AVAX. Rugged. So Star Arena was hit with a new exploit today. Remember that the Star Arenas was built by the builder and the Arena team, but they have quite a few friends and fantastic product that has proven its virality in the market. The amount of loss is only $3 million. I'm confident the hole will be plugged. Let's give the team some time to make code changes required. So another exploit in cryptocurrency. Lots of people. I saw you commenting a lot, Dylan, this morning. I saw you commenting a lot about it. So they said they're deeply sorry for what happened. Our smart contract was exploited and the funds were drained. The site is currently under DDoS attack. We've heard that before. We are working on a solution to get everyone's funds recovered and have the arena move forward. We will keep you updated on the progress. Thank you for all your continued support while we navigate this difficult situation. So another cryptocurrency project wrecking people, which is it's most unfortunate. It's most unfortunate. That sucks, man. Yeah, you can't even have a gun in Canada? Yeah, absolutely out of your mind. Actually, it's sunny again, SB. It's actually sunny. So I'm going to hang out for a little bit, 30 minutes to an hour, probably an hour. We'll see. What's up, Crypto Tab? How you doing? Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to a little surprise impromptu Saturday stream. Let's see, another piece of news. Okay, so this is pretty interesting. So nearly half of crypto users invest to boost living standards. A survey from crypto exchange Bigot features more than 1,500 respondents across 20 countries. So approximately 50% of crypto users are investing in digital assets to improve their everyday living standards. So is that surprise to anyone? I mean, that's the point of crypto for a lot of people. Yeah, a lot of people are in it for the technology, but to be honest, crypto is synonymous for like a 10x, 100x, 10,000x or whatever, and people are, investing in crypto for that reason. Oh, you're in F-Burg? Well, I'm in Charlottesville, and it's not raining anymore. What's up, Crypto Tab? Did I already say hi to you? What's up? How you doing? Yeah, I mean, this is everybody. It's not even the United States. This is giving other countries the opportunity to get rich on crypto, although the opportunities are far and few between. So I want to talk about that real quick. There's not much news today, guys. Everything is pretty much about Israel right now. I know some people are against it. Some people are like, they had it coming, but it's still kind of like brutal to see people getting, everyday people who probably have nothing to do with anything getting wrecked. Right? It's all political. Innocent people getting hurt and killed, and because of some politicians. It's really sad. It's really sad. Really, really sad. And then the last piece of news I do want to talk about is Ben Armstrong, kind of going at Rand from Crypto Banter. So allegedly there was a list released of influencers being targeted by the CFTC, SEC, and stuff like that. And Ben Armstrong was saying that Rand was one of them, right? And it's getting a lot of views. So obviously Ben's gonna do and say things to get views, but right here he made it and saying crypto banter in huge trouble, major crypto arrests. So he's not saying it directly, but he's implying that Rand from the crypto banter may be getting arrested. And this list that was released, apparently Ben Armstrong wasn't on it, which I can't imagine if there was a list released that Ben Armstrong wouldn't be on that. That makes no sense to me. Makes no sense. 0 cents. But it's getting like a lot of views. So that's what Ben Armstrong does. You know what I mean? What's up, Dylan? How you doing? Thank you so much for becoming a member, Dylan. A member once again. I appreciate you. And Ben's video, he said, what goes around comes around. Yeah, so pretty much Ben's implying. So Ben Armstrong is mad that Rand got details about his lawsuit leaked by somebody, and he's trying to get back at him. So Ben's on his revenge tour. But I think he has to be careful accusing people or implying that about people, because Ben doesn't have any money, and him, implying someone's going to get arrested, because that's what that video is. I mean, I'm not sure how much like you can get someone for defamation, but you know what I mean? And it looks like my video's up. Hold on. $3 billion exposure. So BitLab Academy is one of the shows I did over on my buddy's channel. His name's Kelly. He does like day trading and stuff like that. So we're going to watch some clips of this.
Meme coins, altcoins, and where things are going. And Mike give you some of his toolbox on how you can find the true good fundamentals to identify those good projects and how you get in and how you get out. So, Rodney, thanks for being here. How you doing? First off, before we even dive in, how you doing?
I'm doing well, man. It's been an absolute pleasure being here. It's like a melting pot for creators at Hit Network. It's crazy.
That's what I was going to ask you. How's it been this week at Hit Network? Have you been scared for have you been happy to meet us? Have you had a good time?
People think I'm like under some North Korean indoctrination right now, but I've been amazed ever since I pulled up. I didn't know that this was such a big place. And you just watching the YouTube channel, you think it's like one little warehouse. And when I rolled up, you guys have a huge sign that has all your different brands on it. And when you walk in this place, it's like a bunker. And there's so many different rooms for so many different creators. And so many creators work out of here. You have editors. And like, I've been on shows all day and doing YouTube shorts all day with all the other creators. And workers here, and it's just been a pleasure, man. It's a place to be for crypto creators and to be around people that love cryptocurrency.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't say that better. I mean, we're all in here, whether shows are in the afternoon, midday, everybody shows up early in the morning. We're just like hustling together, trying to figure out how we can bring the best content and have people like you. That's one of our main missions here with Discover Crypto, is to bring together the.
Jay can never say I have chicken legs again. You know what I mean? Jay can never say, come on, who's chicken legs? Look at those thick boys.
Net. Yeah. Bring together that the wide world of blockchain of creators out there, so we can get those different perspectives and also blend communities and introduce people to different content creators and different projects and different lenses on the market. So with that being said, market feels a little boring right now.
Yeah, it's super boring.
But we're also getting a lot of different news stories kind of popping in and out. Yeah. We just got the XRP news. We had all these Bitcoin spot ETFs feel like they're on the horizon, but it seems never ending if they're going to happen or not. And people still feel like every couple of weeks that they're about to get approved. But let's be honest, Harry. Let's start there. What's your thoughts on that? Do you think that we're going to get some sudden surprise and the ETFs are going to be magically approved before early 2024, or do you think people just need to be a little bit more patient and listen to the lack of efficacy of the SEC and realize it's not going to happen until the last minute?
Well, I think the good thing for Bitcoin in general, and obviously Bitcoin dominance has risen in the bear market. Is the cool thing is that like Bitcoin has been out of the crosshairs of the SEC. Now, Gary Gensler won't say whether it's a commodity or not, but at least they're not going after Bitcoin. So that's promising with the spot Bitcoin ETFs. And with the whole ruling with XRP, it's like it's not. People thought when XRP Ripple finally defeated the SEC in court that it would send XRP, which it did temporarily, but it went back down. And that's because right now, the market conditions are just not good for it.
Is the rest of the room nice? That corner, actually, it's decent. So it's a studio. Like the whole studio, it's like one of the many studios, isn't like all complete. But yeah, it's mostly that part of the studio. This is his studio for his show.
Pumping. The truth is, crypto is a risky asset, and people just don't have the money to buy crypto right now. And even the safest asset in Bitcoin, in cryptocurrency, you could say, I mean, people say that crypto is the fight against inflation. What time frame? Since its inception or since the peak of 2021? In that case,
to that point, people will look at a 3-day period and say it's not being a hedge. Yeah. Well, I mean, this is a broad, long-term sort of agenda, right?
Yeah, but it's still a risky place right now, and big money managers and people who have a lot of money to put somewhere. I think they want a little more security and regulatory clarity before they put lots of money into the market. So it's boring, but the positive side of all this is that it's given the average Joe who got into crypto during 2021 to maybe dollar cost average into their favorite, altcoins or, maybe even just Bitcoin during this prolonged bear market.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't have said that better, and there's so much bullish bias in the market. And if we really separate everything, if we cut out all the noise, in reality, people just want the prices to go up.
Yeah.
People see those momentary, and it does, if you look at the broader market over the course of many years, the periods of those parabolic uptrends are the smallest portion of a type of trend within Bitcoin, because Bitcoin and then the rest of the crypto market. The periods of accumulation and the bear markets, those two things combined far outweigh the length of time the parabolic uptrends happen. But it's like a drug. Everybody's chasing that high. And so every time there's like XRP, this week, we got the news that the appeal was denied. And then everybody thinks it's like, send it, it's going all the way up. And
I'm not gonna make you guys sit through this. It's a long ass interview, but it was pretty cool. So it's over on BitLab Academy. Oh, gee. Thanks for having me. I'm going to chat with you guys and chill with you guys for a little bit, but there's been updates in the whole Israeli-Palestine situation. But Thomas with a $10 donation says bull run will be delayed till 1% are ready for it. So expect more SEC attacks and at least one more Black Swan event before the Bitcoin halving. This could be that big Black Swan event. You know what I mean? Because this war, or the conflict in between Israel and Palestine may be, I don't know, an event that triggers a lot of other things, Thank you. I appreciate that, Steve. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm a little less I see. I know, like people think I was like held hostage there, and maybe they did bring me there to be nice to me. But what am I gonna be? What am I gonna walk away being like those fucking assholes? You know what I mean? It was just a good place for creators. It was just a great place to be if you're a creator. Like you're around other people that care about DeFi and crypto. Like, dude, that's fucking awesome. You know? You know what I mean? Like that's awesome. Like, why wouldn't you want to? And thank you so much again, Thomas, for the $10 donation. I appreciate you. And yeah, I mean, it's not confirmed that we're going to pump after the Bitcoin halving, but that's usually what happens, right? And we're at like the third halving, so like this is the fourth one, I believe. So like, dude, we're so early, right? We're so early. I love it. People are so nice, man. People are so nice. And again, thank you so much, Steve. I appreciate the compliments. I wish I could show more on here about what's going on, but it's all I could do it on X, but I can't do it here. You know, I can't do it on I can't do it on it's YouTube. You know, unfortunately. What do you guys got going on today? What do you guys got going on today? Damn, I'm just glad Jake got out of there, man. Whew. That would have been rough. There's so much going on X right now. It's like nuts. It's nuts. And of course, Polly's trolling. I don't know if Polly should be doing this. Star Arena just tweeted that they are going to hold a live space. Ooh, that's going to be interesting. They're about to get wrecked, bro. Were you talking crap, Dylan? Jeez. What's up, Jayhawk? How you doing? The fuck a Saturday stream, Rodney? You feeling okay? F1 and fantasy football today? Nice, nice. Jake left 24 hours before, bro. He left 24 hours before this started going down, which is wild timing. Shut up, Jayhawk. Oh, yeah. We stretching. Oh, they secured the funds? Oh, that's good. That's good news. Good for them. Yeah, Polly's like saying F Palestine, and he's saying F Israel. And he's saying I'm converting to Islam and just being an edgelord. He needs to relax on that, dude. But I mean, that's his brand. Just jeez, bro. Whatever, man. Do your thing. Why did Polly block you? I don't think does Polly. Yeah, Polly does block a lot of people. What's up, Bree? It's pretty funny. Asleep at the wheel. What do you mean? I'm the president? Joe Biden is just on a sick one. Oh, Lord. Joe Biden, man, on a sick one. Joe, no. Joe. We need a new president, man. That guy's just off his rocker. Just not there. Mia Khalifa has chimed in, which I like her better when she's not talking. I doxed him fully. Oh, you did? Wait, you doxed Polly? What you got for me? DM me that stuff. You got him? Jesus. I like X though because like I like X though because they show all the crazy stuff going, and we need that. Israel is one of our allies, so do you think we will be printing more money to help them out as well? Probably Sheikh Diesel. Probably, bro. I mean, this is one of those things that it's actually like a black swan event. You know, this could be a big black swan event because we got to support him. You know what I mean? So, and I don't know if Iran's are they gonna escalate now? Iran, you know. Proof the election was rigged. I don't know, because maybe. But what I think is that a lot of people hate Trump, and Trump is one of those guys where even if you don't know shit about foreign policy or anything about anything, the media slandered him so much, and he's kind of a dick, right? People got out to vote against him, right? They don't care. It could have been a loaf of bread, and they would have voted for the loaf of bread against Trump because they just didn't like him. So I can't imagine people actually making an effort, because I was in California and I voted for Trump, but it's like a wasted vote in California, allegedly. I don't know. And you know, I was in line with some people and they were like super young and they were just like, yeah, fuck Trump and shit. And I'm just like, they don't know what's going on, They just don't like Trump. But Jay, soon Fuddy, go to Hit Network. I'm gonna have to hey. Yeah, all this info, but then again, it's all public. His Addy phone number, previous address is all public info. All that shit on Google. Yeah, he blocks a lot of people though. He's made it known that he'll block anybody who he doesn't like. He'll do that. He'll for sure do that. Jeez. Middle East is an interesting place. And I know people don't like us having borders, but the reason why we have borders is because we don't have the same ideology of a lot of people, right? We don't fuck with each other. So borders are necessary. Jackson, he's in another country right now. I'm not going to dox him, but he's in another country right now. He was able to get out of there. Sheikh Dude says, yeah, we keep burying ourselves financially as a country, and it's as taxpayers that ultimately pay for it. I understand the importance of helping our allies, but the government needs to credit us on, or something, right? It's crazy. Yeah, no tax breaks for us, though. We ain't getting no fucking tax breaks. But what's crazy is that in the next government spending bill, there's nothing for Ukraine, in there. So I don't know. Maybe we're going to fund this time. I don't know. I figured that, us not funding other wars would help with inflation. But Jacob, what's up? It says, just caught you on BitLab Academy. Looking forward to learning more on your channel. Thank you so much, Jacob. I know it's a different stream today, Jacob, but thanks for joining because the whole Palestine attack, or excuse me, the Israeli attack. It's kind of a different morning. But I appreciate you. Thanks for popping in here. Welcome. Subscribe, all that good stuff. We love the BitLab Academy. We love Hit Network. Star Arena, you think will recover or no? I don't know. So what's interesting, Dylan, is Star Arena, if you guys didn't know, it's what does it call it? SoulFi, social DeFi, or some shit like that. So check this out. They had a huge exploit, and I guess they have secured the resources. To close the gap caused by the exploit. So they didn't get the money returned to them. They were able to cover it. So I don't know who paid them or whatever. So they say, important news. We have secured the resources to close the gap caused by the exploit. Additionally, a special white hat development team is coming in and rapidly review the security on the platform. So obviously there's an issue with the security on the platform, which, I mean, the hackers in crypto are always looking for different exploits. Crazy. Jeez, I wish I could show you some of the stuff on X, but I cannot. YouTube will get taken down. Banished to the Shadow Realm. YouTube don't play that shit. They do not. I'm sure it'll recover, Dylan. I'm sure it'll recover. It could have been a publicity stunt, but I doubt it. Where is Jack at? I don't know who Jack is. What do you mean? Are you trying to roast me? You trying to troll me? Ben Armstrong trolling again. Dude, Pauly is the master troll, bro. He doesn't give a fuck. Pauly doesn't give a fuck. Pauly is wild, bro. Rodney, check. No. You're the only person I watch on YouTube? Really? For crypto or just in general? I watch a lot of YouTube. All right, let's watch some more of this interview.
Goes up on a blip and then comes right back down. So with that being said, like, how do you, because you've been in this space for some time, you're a content creator as well as an investor and as well as a trader. How do you sort of mitigate that fear and that hope and that underlying bullish bias we all have, to where you don't get trapped in the noise and those liquidity grabs, so you're not donating your money to smarter investors?
To developers usually.
Yeah.
Well, the interesting part is that, you know, the cryptocurrency, you could say creator industry or sphere or whatever, we're kind of synonymous for surprise face, 100x, you know, pumpy thumbnails. And unfortunately, it had to take for me to venture outside of cryptocurrency and just look at the macroeconomic situation, just things besides like the inflation talk and, you know, Federal Reserve and the wars and the, you know, government funding and all these different things will help you understand why the market isn't moving the way we want it to move. If you just understand that there's no money to put into crypto right now, and, you know, that's okay for right now. But if you can just pay attention to that stuff and kind of get out of the cryptocurrency realm where everyone's making these crazy pump content because that's what get views, because people like hopium, you understand that that content is okay to watch, but don't get so sucked into it and don't treat it as like the end all be all. Just, you know, be brave enough to venture out and consume other content that's not crypto related, or more maybe economically related, because that'll really help you get a greater understanding of, well, this is why the bear market is this, you know, this long, and this is why it's going to continue to be this long. And I mean, just the stuff with the SEC, that's huge news. Like, they're trying to regulate cryptocurrency out of existence. That's a huge government agency, you know what I mean? And they're failing so far. But they're still trying to do it. So if you understand that stuff, you understand why the market is the way it is.
Yeah, I mean, then you look at things like over $1 trillion in personal debt. You know,
and student loans started
$1 trillion in personal debt. We're getting to record levels of bankruptcy and defaults on credit. That couple.
Jayhawk, I don't ever want you to say I have small legs again, bro. Look how thick my legs are, bro. Get your ass out of here. And thank you, Cool. I appreciate you, Cool and Chris. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Coupled with personal savings, basically, I think it's like $80 billion nationally in the US right now. And then we're wondering, everybody's wanting the pumps. And everybody listening, I'm not a bear. I'm somebody that's responding to the data that's present. If I want just bullish price action, then I'm going to set myself up to basically be giving my money away, because all the economic metrics on, as you said, these broader things that are impacting where liquidity capital is flowing, credit's extended, people are defaulting, there's no savings. So if people cannot spend any more money because they have no savings and their credit cards are maxed, and then how do businesses profit? And if they don't profit, then how do their earnings reports go up? And if they're not going up, then how can we expect, you know, the broader markets to have, you know, capital interest coming into them when we're seeing a downturn in economic variables that are going to essentially indicate that trouble is coming? Now, maybe, and here's my question for you here.
Hold on. You see that leg touch?
There's going to be a decoupling of Bitcoin, and let's stick with Bitcoin for now. Bitcoin from traditional assets at some point in the future.
Yeah, I think they already started have decoupling a little bit, because what we saw during the 2021 was a special time where everybody was locked at home. A lot of people were getting stimmies. We're artificially pumping the economy, right? Everyone's staying home. No one's working. I mean, I knew people who were working, you know, jobs making half of what they were making, just staying home, collecting stimulus checks and government aid. So that was a weird time where people didn't have anything to do but spend money online, and cryptocurrency was a big part of that. Can you ask that question again?
Yeah. So do you think that Bitcoin is going to decouple from traditional assets?
Yeah.
Because the reason I ask is because some people are thinking, they're looking at that like it's going to happen this week. It's going every week. It's this week or coming into this next bull market. Is the reason I bring it up is because all of this trouble we're seeing with the broader global economies and, you know, inflation, and everybody's thinking that Bitcoin, this is the time for Bitcoin to shine and truly show that it's a hedge. Do you think that that's on the cusp, or do we still need to take this risk adjusted approach that it's more likely than not that if the world economy starts, you know, taking a 15, 20, 30% decline on markets, is Bitcoin going to follow it, or is this the time for it to shine?
Well, we have started to see it decouple a little bit, and we did see like Bitcoin and cryptocurrency follow tech stocks, or just currencies in general. Like when the dollar does well, other currencies don't do well, and vice versa. So we are seeing it decouple a little bit. It's kind of hard to tell, because there's a lot of traders and a lot of people who are, who are here to just make the money, not really here for the technology, which is a lot of people who may trade it the same way they trade tech stocks, or maybe look for the same things that they use with. I'm not a trader or anything like that, but you would understand. Maybe they would use that as a reference points to trade cryptocurrency. So I don't know. Even with big money coming into crypto through the form of like big money managers and BlackRocks and Fidelities and stuff like that, I don't know. So I'm not too sure about that one.
Yeah, I mean, and I have to say, that's a great answer. Yeah. And I think that's one of those answers that all of us, content creators, traders, investors, every individual person needs to be more ready to say, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Right. And especially, this is very important with Bitcoin and the digital ecosystem as a whole, the crypto world. This is an entirely new technology and new space and asset. And it harnesses beyond just the ability to transact with some sort of form of money, whether it's digital money, whether it's a token, whatever we want to call it. Yeah. But it's also imbued in changing our culture. Yeah. It's also imbued in changing the mechanisms for which business operate on and the idea of transparency. So us trying to think that it's going to do this or that based on a historical chart is hard for us to really say with 100% certainty, because it is a new world. And I do think because of that, there will be a sort of decoupling in phases. I think it will come.
Say Tom was about to get the heat here in a second.
Couple and decouple, and we need to be aware of that. But do you think then, if you don't know, would you lean towards if we do see a large economic downturn, because a lot of people think there's going to be some sort of significant recession that's coming from all this economic headwind and weight? Do you think that that's going to weigh down on the crypto markets, or do you feel like us just being flatline, kind of how we are now, is kind of how it's going to be till the halving?
It's tough because, obviously we've been increasing interest rates for, a while now. And then after the whole collapse of FTX, we saw Bitcoin go down to 17, 16K, something like that. And then it's been a steady recovery and kind of resilient even through all the SEC BS lately. And just kind of looking pretty strong, trading sideways a lot, but looking pretty strong. So, but I can still see people freaking out in hard times, and maybe the crypto investments they have, maybe they need to, cash some of that stuff out to pay their debts and stuff like that, depending on what really happens if we have a true recession, even though our current administration says we're not going to have a recession. I mean, who knows?
Well, they did redefine what a recession was. So maybe we get a new definition again,
Yeah. So it is hard to tell, but to go off your point, so I would say for prediction, I would say that, if the market, if the economy gets bad and we go into recession, I could see people selling off and, taking their money and using it for whatever, or just kind of sidestepping the market and stuff like that to maybe buy back in at a lower point, or just maybe pay for things and survive. But to go off what you said about crypto, I mean, it's crazy to see the SEC trying to regulate cryptocurrency as one thing when it's clearly many different things. Oh. It's a store of value. It's actually blockchain companies or companies operating on the blockchain, some more scammier than others. Like we have like companies like, obviously Ethereum, or obviously not a company, but you understand what I mean though, like crypto.com. It's like shares in a company. It almost is like that. Yeah. Well, then you have NFTs, right? With proof of ownership, immutable, right? On the blockchain. We know them as JPEGs, but they're smart contracts, So with crypto gaming, like there's so many different parts of cryptocurrency that's just so different. It's hard to regulate it one way. And I think that once we understand that, like Bitcoin is not Ethereum is not an NFT, and vice versa. I think that we can get some clear regulatory guidelines, because I think that's how you need to regulate it. It can't be one thing.
I mean, it's kind of like trying to regulate broadly everything that has wheels.
Yeah.
Right. Because you have a shopping cart that has wheels, but so does a skateboard, but so does a motorcycle, but so does a bike. But so it's like very different things. And, we had Gary Cardone and Mark Yusko on this series over the last couple months. And both of them also identified that, and I agree that, everybody thinks of this as this
smart, but just ghetto
crypto ecosystem. And like you said, this one regulatory mind frame does not work. And also when we're investing and trying to figure out where our capital is going to be allocated within this ecosystem, how our portfolios are set up, Bitcoin is different than Ethereum.
Yeah.
Ethereum is different from the top 10, top 20 alts.
Yeah.
The rest of the alts are also 100 different baskets within that as well. Yeah. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, you tend to lean in a bit of the altcoin ecosystem.
Yeah, meme coins.
So
meme coins.
Do you have a longer term portfolio?
Yes. course.
And is that all meme coins?
No, absolutely not.
Did you hear that?
Absolutely not.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
This gentleman right here, and I'm not hating on anybody with meme coins.
Yeah.
Because meme coins, what do you call it? They're here for
a good time, not a long time. Not Doge is the gold standard of meme coins, and mostly because Elon Musk is holding its hand. But there's ones like Shiba Inu and like that new Pepe token that have a little bit of life. But besides that, they're really just the degenerate gambling, the weird degenerate. If cryptocurrency was a redheaded stepchild of like finance, like the redheaded stepchild of crypto is meme coins. Like just awkward. It's just gambling. Crypto casino.
But what I love about it though, and this is important because there's so many people, especially in the next 2 years, as post halving, when the markets start heating up.
Yeah,
and then we get the best free press that we ever get ever. It's when we start breaking all-time highs.
Yeah.
We get all this influx of new people.
Rodney says 9/11 made the attack happen on Iraq. I don't believe Iraq was involved in 9/11 were Saudi pilots, but what I'm saying is that the United States used it as a reason to go into Iraq, which I think was dumb, but they did.
People globally now that's going to be coming in. People look to meme coins or even small altcoins because they want to outpace the gains from Bitcoin.
Yes.
Fine. But what he just said right there is one of the most important things people need to understand. He is in for a good time, meaning not a good long time, a good time because I get to make good money quickly. And the money he's making, where does it go? Into stuff that has value in the long term.
Yeah, Bitcoin,
So you got to allocate your portfolios accordingly. So are you primarily only in, when you are doing the trading or select picks, is it primarily meme coins, or are you broadly in some other altcoins as well?
So look, I'm not a trading extraordinaire. I honestly think that's confusing, and kudos to people who are trading and are successful. I'm more of a DCA guy. You know, put a recurring payment on into your favorite your long-term projects. And look, crypto's going to live and die on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin goes anywhere, well, I mean, that's a sad day for, the rest of cryptocurrency. And Ethereum, I think, is solid. It's the best out there. It's not the most scalable. It's not the fastest. A lot of people argue whether it's.
So I made a mistake there. It is the most scalable. It is the most scalable, but it's not the fastest. I made a mistake there.
Centralized or decentralized, whatever, but it is the best network that everyone builds on right now. And until there's an actual ETH killer, it has to be the second safest option, in my opinion. So there's bigger plays that are safe to invest in, but you could take some of that. And I'm not a financial advisor, I'm just a guy on the internet, but you could take a small portion of whatever you're going to, dollar cost average into crypto and gamble a little bit, because there are, 100x, 1000x plays out there. There is money to be made, but in a bear market, especially, those plays are far and few between. Whereas in a bull market, when everyone and their mom's making ERC20 tokens, BEP20 tokens, fuzzy face, poopy dog, butt Inu coin or whatever, which I've seen all the names. Those tokens hit $100 million market caps, $500 million market caps, but they're usually some sort of cookie cutter meme coin with probably the same anonymous devs with some sort of use case that's generic. So it's about making sure that you have a plan, you get in, you have a plan, and you get out. It's risky. It's gambling. There's nothing safe about it. But in light of what's happened in cryptocurrency with FTX, that looked like a layup. Terra Luna looked like a layup. Celsius looked like a layup, and they're gone. So the space is very, very volatile. It's unsafe. There's a few safe plays, but there is money to be made if you do it like very conservatively.
So what you're saying is
take a second mortgage out and put it all in meme coins.
Yeah.
Of course not.
Yeah. But so you're saying, a safe allocation.
He says, Buddy only knows two cryptos, Bitcoin and ETH. He ain't named nothing else. Well, he asked me like some safe plays. I said those are the two safest. That's what he asked me. We talk about more.
Like 85% of your total portfolio, throw it into Pepe. No, I get what you're saying. Yeah, but the truth is, everybody, there are plays to be made, and there are people that are Bitcoin maxis. Some are ETH maxis. Some are only 60% Bitcoin, 40% ETH, and nothing else. But the truth is, the strategy is going to be determined by each one of your own. What you have to ask yourself: what is my risk tolerance?
Yeah.
How much can I have in the crypto market? And my bills, my family, my life, everything's okay. You're not putting yourself at risk.
Dude, first of all, there's a lot of shit going on social media right now. It's getting crazy. So World War III, let's go, baby.
You put yourself at risk and you're uncomfortable with how much money's in the market. If you're uncomfortable in a trade, you're outside of your risk tolerance level. So you got to pay attention to that. And when you're allocating to these riskier plays, I mean, it really should be on the smaller side of the percentage allocation, not, anything even north of 5% is excessive. I would argue, but it's going to have to be determined by your own strategy. So now that we've discussed, some of the plays that are there, because at the end of the day, we're all looking for volatility, right? And everybody gets so excited when price goes up and they get mad when it goes down.
Yeah.
It doesn't go up without it going down.
Yeah.
And for everybody listening, if it goes down, that's an opportunity arising. So of course we felt like the longest, crypto winter ever.
Yeah.
And then we zoom out and realize, oh, it's exactly the same amount of time it's been in the past. So we're just impatient when it's down, but down means opportunity.
Yeah.
So you talked about meme for the quick gains with small, safe allocations, but
if this is live, am I a clone? Oh, Nani?
of course, there's a broad array of other altcoins out there, that I know I'm interested in and I have allocations towards, but I'm curious in, let's say the top 50, what other altcoins are you looking at that you expect, or even potentially even niche
For you, Jayhawk.
is also that you're expecting to perform well in this next bull market, or maybe you're just sparking your interest?
Yeah, so I'm in the camp of just because something hit an all-time high before doesn't mean it's going to happen again. But there's still obviously gains to be made, especially if they're moving with the market. And there are a lot of honest developers out there working in the space and trying to be better. But the truth is, they'll probably get beat out by some random meme coins that'll smash their market cap size. Like we've seen some wild things happen. The space is so wild, right? But I think there are a lot of good projects out there that are under the like, for example, Binance. I know I don't trust centralized exchanges because when whatever hits the fan, you know what I mean. Like your money's not safe on a centralized exchange because it's not insured. But there are more honest ones than others. Like Coinbase, obviously that's a different. It's on the stock market, right? Publicly traded company. But Binance, for example, they've come under so much scrutiny. They've been in the crosshairs of the SEC, and all they've done is still be okay. Back when the market was crashing, it was FTX and Binance that were trying to be the Federal Reserve of crypto. And Binance was the only one who's still here today. And CZ, a lot of people say he's shady. A lot of people don't like him, but all he's done is deliver. And the attempted bank runs, the fact that they try to terminate BUSD, all it did, in my opinion, was vindicate them as, hey, man, we're holding your crypto on our exchange one for one. We're not gambling your money like Alameda Research and Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX, right? For example, USDC. They had exposure to Silicon Valley Bank, American company, Circle, right? Stablecoin. I mean, everyone was freaking out so bad, a huge piece of fear, uncertainty, and doubt, right? $3 billion exposure. They depegged from $1 to 89 cents, which is nuts. It's supposed to stay at $1 regardless of whatever. Paxos was told to stop minting BUSD by the SEC, which is Binance's stablecoin. And CZ said, fine. I mean, we can redeem everybody's money. I mean, they lost 80% of their market cap size in like a month, and they never depegged. And that goes to show, like, yeah, we have your money. We're not doing anything shady. So I think BNB is one that I'm super bullish on. I like Avalanche just because I think any competitor to Ethereum is good. And there's a few other different networks that I think could be potential ETH killers or competitors. But right now, I just can't see anything touching ETH.
I forgot to mention Uniswap token. I love Uniswap token, and I forgot about it.
So I'd say maybe my top three, altcoins that I really like are BNB, Avalanche, and Dogecoin. Because
Dogecoin, it's one of those ones, and I have to admit,
you could take the guy out of the meme, but you can't take the meme out of the guy. Don't know what the fuck that means, but just saying.
Self as well.
Yeah.
A year and a half ago, I thought Doge was the stupidest thing. I was like, this damn meme coin. But when you start looking at it, one of the things you want to be aware of with any asset is what's the legacy, even if it's limited.
Yeah.
And Dogecoin, to my knowledge, was it was the first altcoin other than Bitcoin.
Yeah, well,
right. It was right about the same time as
Ethereum,
because Ethereum was already in development, but Dogecoin came out, I believe, in 2013.
Yeah, there was another one like Catcoin. There was a few obscure ones I've studied before. There was a few ones out there, but there weren't very many.
But Doge has kind of persisted, and I hate the tokenomics of it. But on the nature of adoptability from a new user, it's one of those first to get.
I should have said Terra Luna Classic. You want to go on a show and look like a jackass? Say Terra Luna Classic. Say what you want about Dogecoin. It's going to pump with the markets. People can call it a joke, whatever. But
get into that culture when somebody's getting into the space, and it probably has to do with a little bit of necessary ignorance, being that when somebody comes in, they might not know that you don't have to get one whole Bitcoin. They're like, well, Bitcoin is 28,000, but Dogecoin is something however many cents. and they think, what if this goes to 28,000 like Bitcoin?
Yep,
Because they don't know the idea of market caps
Market
and
cap, yeah.
total supply. So I am interested in it
Yeah.
a little bit from the adoption sort of the attraction
Yeah.
from new adopters, but also, as we were talking before, with the potential integrations with X and payments and all
Yeah.
this stuff with Elon Musk, because I don't feel like he's going to I don't feel like he's going to like change his tone on Doge because he's spoken so much about it, that it kind of would look silly on him to all of a sudden just abandon any integration if there was crypto integration. It seems
Yeah.
like it would be, even if it was just Bitcoin and Doge.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's an interesting coin.
Yeah, so I always say that if you went up to 100 people on the street and you asked them what Ethereum was compared to Doge, I bet you the Doge camp would be way higher, because even though Ethereum is obviously larger than life to us, like Doge is the bridge between like the normies and us weirdos in DeFi, and it does bring people in. It gets people to download Coinbase or to download Binance or to text me and be like, "Have you heard of Doge?" or "Hey, what's this Shiba Inu coin?" or Pepe. Only people text me when meme coins are pumping, like, "Hey, should I buy so and so?" And I'm like, "Dude, I'm not your guy." I said, "It's gonna probably send, but they have that mass adoptability and they bring people into the space. And meme coins are what got me in this space. They're the ones that got me making videos and investing in meme coins. And once I was able to get outside the bubble, I'm like, oh, DeFi is huge. It's huge." And that's how I kind of came on to a bunch of these like scammers and DeFi and understand how they operate. But meme coins, man, and Dogecoin especially, a lot of people think it's a joke, but I mean, one tweet from Elon Musk and it 2x's, or something wild like that. And Elon Musk is the ultimate, FU guy to the government. He hates the government, and crypto represents that, right? It's kind of our way to fight back against, CBDCs and, them controlling our money. It's financial freedom, decentralized, finance, you could say. So yeah.
Yeah. So I got to ask, because you have such a broad awareness of crypto, you came in and everybody has a different journey into the space. Some people come in through Bitcoin, some people come in through Pepe.
Journey.
And at the end of the day, we don't want to hate on anybody's journey to the space.
No.
We want to do as much as we can to welcome people in and point them into the directions of, education, whether it's self-education, whether it's spots like BitLab Academy, whether it's Market Sniper with Jesse Olson. There's so many different places out there. And just watching different, not the same one, but different voices online, different influencers getting both bullish and bearish, both Bitcoin and altcoin. What would you say to somebody coming in if they are on the meme coin kick? One, how do you not get wrecked? Hold on.
Yeah.
How do you not get wrecked? And two, how do you make sure that you can, in 5 years, you still have capital in this space, and you are growing in the long term? What is a roadmap for a new person in the space, whether they came in with Bitcoin or meme coins? How do they stay here? How do they not just get destroyed by the market?
So unfortunately and fortunately, I think a lot of people that pander to meme coin, you could say people that want to solely focus on meme coins, is a lower informed investor, and people looking to make a quick buck and to gamble and to do some really seriously insane things like take out loans. I've seen it, credit cards. Just the Dogecoin millionaire took out $180 or $180,000 to invest in the Dogecoin, like crazy stuff like that. So unfortunately, that space is plagued with developers who know that and they market to those people. My advice to those people would to be like, like I started using Robinhood to invest in the cryptocurrency. So I'm like buying Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and like Bitcoin. That's it. You know what I mean? And then I got my MetaMask account and I started using Uniswap and I started buying like meme coins. I'm like, oh my, and I started making money on meme coins. I'm like, I got to make a video about this. But a lot of people stay right there in the meme coin sphere. They never venture out. And unfortunately, that space is rife with developers selling you a product that you think is the next best thing since anything. Like, for example, one of my first cryptocurrency products that I got into was something called Saitama. It was a small cap cryptocurrency project. Well, the developer team, very good at lying. And they were making something called SataMask, which was a swap, some sort of swap. And they marketed like this best swap ever. And me, in meme coins, only knowing about Uniswap, not knowing about the hundreds of decentralized exchanges out there, not understanding that this product isn't special. Well, they were talking about having a debit card or something like that, not knowing that, Binance and Coinbase give you debit cards for free. They're not charging you for them. And all these different, you could say, buzzwords to keep the low informed investor, bought into their plan. So once I was able to escape the meme coin space and notice how big the DeFi space is and how a lot of the projects are the same but different. Centralized exchange, decentralized exchange, store of value, layer 1, 2, 3, 0, whatever. You know what I mean? Like that's all the same but different. I think that helps you understand and not get scammed by these meme coin projects, because the truth is, during a bull run, there's going to be a ton of meme coins out there, and they're going to make a lot of people a lot of money. I have friends who are insanely rich from meme coins. But what did they do? They took the profits. They stayed out of the Telegram. They didn't become cult members. They didn't become like worshiping the devs. They took their profits, they invested in Bitcoin or cashed out, and they didn't hold the bag all the way down to the ground. And unfortunately, a lot of people who get into those meme coins, they always hold, they shame you for selling, and they hold to zero until the product rugs or is pretty much worthless. So explore, get outside the meme coin space, listen to other content creators. And for the love of God, if you're up 1,000x, please take some profits, pay yourself. What's the point of investing? To like be a part of a Telegram or to like make money?
I don't, I've been there before, I'm sure you have, where it's like, man, at one point, or you do the reverse engineered tokenomics or, portfolio economics where you're like, had I not, like, for instance, I had like 800,000 Cardano.
Yeah.
And, I did take profit.
Yeah.
So that was smart, but I took it when it was like 4 cents.
Yeah.
And it was a great trade. Let me tell you, it was a great trade because I got it around 1 cent and I felt like a genius.
Yeah.
And then, when you see Cardano pushing up at, $1.83, 205, 220, you get caught in the trap also.
Yeah, FOMO, yeah.
So these two things work together because you get caught in the trap of, you look at that 800,000 Cardano, you're like, man, I would have had this huge amount of money. So then for some people that makes you not want to take profits. But at the end of the day, take profits. You got it, because like you said, if you're not taking profits along the way, all you're doing is putting your money in to play a game and to feel yourself as a victim to continually be down because that's where you deserve to be. And that's how it's going to be until you take profits.
Well, that's going to happen. You're going to miss out on a 10,000x or 100x. But if you look at all the winning trades to the bad ones and how many 100x compared to 5x's you have, those 5x's are going to be way more than 100x and 1,000x. It's because people see what happened to people who got early into a project like Dogecoin or SHIB, and they're like, that's going to be me. And not understanding market cap size. And that's a big one. It's like with Shiba Inu. It's like Shiba Inu to 1 cent. If Shiba Inu were to warp to Bitcoin's market cap today, it would still have 2 zeros in front of it. And obviously that's not 1 cent or $1, but people don't understand market cap.
Oh, my favorite is like when Shiba was really hot, people were like, man, I'm just waiting for it to get to $1. I'm like, that would be a $250 trillion market cap.
Yeah.
I'm gonna flame Henoch a little bit right here. I'm not gonna say his name, but
understand the basic premise of the asset you're investing in.
Oh, I remember I had an influencer for that same project. Saitama was saying, this is in December 2021. This time next year, Saitama's gonna have a $1 trillion market cap. And at the time, the crypto market peaked out at $3 trillion. With conviction, fully believed it, has a huge community, has over 1 million subscribers now. He's a friend of mine. We joke about it now, but he was saying that stuff because he was just a YouTuber saying things. So people see that and they're like, this guy knows he's $3 trillion. Not understanding like that's one meme coin and a sea of tens of thousands or thousands of cryptocurrencies. And that's 1/3 of the entire cryptocurrency market cap. It just doesn't make sense. And people can't grasp that concept as it. Look at everything else. It just doesn't make sense.
So I got to ask, you're into altcoins heavily.
Yeah.
So many people watching right now.
Yeah.
You see it in the chats. You see it in the comments. When alt season?
Alt season. When the market when we get retail back in crypto, when we have the average Joes downloading Coinbase and aping a few $100 into some random altcoin or something like that, that's when altcoins come back. And everything's going to move with Bitcoin, right? Even if we see bigger institutional money get in the crypto, because they're buying right now, right? We're seeing a lot of people load up on Bitcoin right now. They're buying right now. I think could be a signal, but I think that once we get retail, the average Joe back in crypto, we'll see alts start to send. And kudos to the people who have been buying the dip on their favorite projects, even during the hard times.
I mean, I agree with that. And just so everybody remembers, pre-halving, this time is in a weird way the time most people get wrecked. Yes, people get wrecked buying at a top and then selling at the bottom. But this time before the halving, where we're getting these impulsive pumps and then, the dumps back down, this sort of range of consolidation down here, this accumulation is where basically they're triggering you with these liquidity pushes and then the dumps back down and just taking your money if you don't have a strategy. So Rodney, I love love of having you here at Hit Network. You did a great job on Discover Crypto. I hope, can we get you back sometime?
We're working that out. We'll see.
Awesome. Yeah, we'd love to have you back.
Hey, we're working that out. Hey, we'll see. That was a pleasure. I love
back. And also,
if you guys like technical analysis and stuff like that, he's really good. His name's Kelly. He's really, really good at technical analysis, and he gets pretty decent views too, for a smaller channel. So go check him out one day, man. Check him out. Dude, everybody there was cool as fuck, bro. What are you talking about? Ben Armstrong is lying to you guys, bro. Hostile takeover. Hostile. Fucking lying ass boy. That motherfucker's a narcissistic tyrant that treated people like shit, and it's like, oh, why does everyone not like me? Because they're a piece of shit. And you know what? The guys that he's working with right now, he's gonna treat them like shit down the road too. The guys that are working for Ben Armstrong are gonna get fucked later. I guarantee you. You don't gotta take my word for it. We will see. We will see. We will see. It's time to panic buy. Yeah. Hopefully I represented the D-Gens well. Hey, D-Gens going up or D-Gens going up? Are we going up? Are we going up? You know what I mean? Right? Do I sound not black enough in that interview? I can't believe I was getting those comments yesterday. Thank you. Thank you so much. And Candle Daddy, thank you so much for your support, and everybody for your support, guys. That's a good interview, man. Hopefully it gets some decent views and stuff like that. I'm going to upload it to my channel. Probably later tonight. I appreciate y'all. But guys, I'm going to get out of here. I got to take the wifey to we're going to go to a pumpkin patch. Some white girl stuff. Right, baby? Go to do some pumpkin patch, with my little pumpkin spice princess. You know what I mean? Shut up, Jayhawk. When you sound like Beaver Lumber, look. Ship product definitely will fuck everyone though. They'll sell and buy. Yeah, I know, but that's just the game we play, guys. Look it. There's going to be scammers in the space. Just be careful. Be conservative. So, but I appreciate you guys. Smash the like button. Have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you in the next one. I said the wifey. I'm not married. Not married. I call her the wifey. It's Oh yeah, Steven. All right, guys. Peace. Bye-bye. Yes, I will do some pictures with you guys. All right, guys. Bye-bye.